Let's see if this works. I forget how to access the YouTube stream button every single time. This should be just a button. It's like, hey, where's my fucking stream button? How do I go into the thing? 97 people are watching me, and I can't even access the stream controls. This is terrible. Oh no! Did that kid I was just playing with? Oh god, that small child I was just playing 3v3 with, just tried to add me as a friend. Little does he know, he was really annoying, and I don't want to talk to him ever again, and I never have to. View additional features. There we go, live streaming. Okay. Now I can see the chat. This ain't chess. Okay, yeah, this isn't actually chess. I need to change the name. Overwatch 3v3s. It's time to kill and it's time to die. Okay, let's check out some... let's check out some quotes. Play League of Legends. Over chess. Hey H-bomb, ladies don't chess. Love your stuff. Dat lag. Cultural Marxism. Yeah, the usual chat stuff. Okay, cool. H-bomb, are you going to play Sean at chess someday? Yeah. I keep challenging him and he keeps shirking on me. Like some kind of foolish person who knows he will be defeated. I'm trying to pop the chat out so I can see it more easily than where it is. Pop out chat. Okay. It's a little scary that 193 people are watching me do this, but okay. I just thought I'd take a break from editing my next video, which I think I have. Yeah, this is it's a video about Sherlock that I might have accidentally cut to the Evangelion theme, but I mean, it's a work in progress, okay? Anyway, I forgot that I put that in there. Fuck. Okay. Well, probably should play Overwatch, or I'll get banned for not having the title. So I'm working on a 19-minute review of the Sherlock TV series. It's going all right. It's really, really long. So I'm trying to make sure it looks good and is good. Oh geez, no, oh fuck! I forgot to pick a character, and before it, I have literally played Genji twice by accident in similar circumstances to this, and do not know how. Okay, let's just see. Let's see what happens. He can run up walls, right? Get out of my face, Roadhog. How much damage does Genji's things do? Let's find out by killing someone. Oh, I see you. That was an accident. I pressed the wrong button for the thing I was going to do.
Chibi, help me.
That guy spoke to me, possibly in English, but we won so hard. Guy died. Okay. I'm gonna play as the actual pro-choice Zen Yata. People are saying there's lag. Is the game like pausing a lot? Hold on. I'm gonna play as the actual pro-choice Zen Yata. No, it looks alright.
True self is without form. One. Fight. Let's get patched up.
Alright. OBS software calibration insufficient. Okay, I should probably fix that. Alright.
Teammate eliminated. Tranquility.
as soon as I win in this game. Oh fuck, it's Reinhardt. Well. Shit. It's never actually a good pick to, Oh wow, we cross-countered each other apparently. Love this 2 FPS Overwatch. Yeah, what is happening there? Okay. What is happening with... Like, my video's quality is fine on my end, but... I don't know what is going on here with this stream. Let's have a look at this. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can fix this. Hold on. I'm back, maybe. I think. Annie, are you okay? How's this look? Come on, Mr. Streamy Mouse, move. Oh.
True self is without form.
Okay, it looks. I think it's better.
Match point.
I can't tell though because I'm busy looking at 4 other screens. Oh, great.
Enemy eliminated.
Oh. Damn it, and he's gonna heal, so... What's his face is gonna fucking do this?
Enemy eliminated.
Stop right-clicking. Yes, my keyboard is incredibly loud. Is this too many frames now?
Good job.
Play of the game.
John, your race is wrong, Tron. Sweet. Put a silencer on the keyboard. No. Is your keyboard made of teeth? YouTube thinks you're playing Blood, but what the fuck? More importantly, do I have Super Chat enabled? Apparently I do. That is weird. Stay as a team? No. Oh, did we win? Oh, wow, we won. Maybe. I'll do that again.
Arriving at Eagleton, prepare for battle. Select your hero.
I'm glad people... the chat... 90% of the chat hates my keyboard. The chat's pretty divided on my keyboard.
Never stop fighting.
I need to actually pick a character before the game starts for once, because I keep getting given the characters I play the least. Well, that was a mistake. And so will this be. Thank you, Shrek.
Enemy eliminated.
Slap.
Teammate eliminated. Enemy eliminated.
Killed him by throwing a bottle in his face. Jesus. Oh, there you are. I see you. I probably should have healed myself with that. Shit. Oh, you little fucker. Why didn't you let me heal you? It's just me now. Oh, god damn it. Okay. The real footage should be his keyboard. Okay. Right. Time to play as a character I'm actually good at and pick them in time instead of yelling at the chat. I'm good at Junkrat, but there's no way of getting health back in this, so I might as well play that. Chat, tell me if I'm... If it all looks good and all this stuff. I'm bad at streaming, so I'm just going to read the chat. John Lister says, I'm more disappointed in your keyboard than your videos. Signed, Dad. No, Dad doesn't. My dad doesn't understand what videos I make. Because he's dead. How could he possibly know?
Teammate eliminated.
I love being May because you can make mistakes and then just hit a button and be fucking invincible and get your health back. Because May is a balanced character. Okay, now to somehow take on these two guys. Gotta kill that soldier, he's gonna give him all the health back. Oh. Why am I trying to outsnipe this guy? Yeah, no one seems to have made any comments recently about how bad it all looks or sounds, so either they've gotten used to it, or it's fine. Cool, seems okay. What are your thoughts on Paladins? That's okay, I guess. Oh no, who should I play? Fucking Zenyatta. It's the only character I trust anymore.
Fight. Match point.
Walk in harmony.
Alright. People keep saying don't right click, but it's really funny to instantly kill someone as fucking Zenyatta. It's hilarious, and I'd honestly rather do that than win. Or try and do that than risk winning. Fuck you! Well, from now on I'm just gonna do the left click. Okay, fine, that's fine. It's clear. Otherwise you'll be killed by ricochets from hours away.
See that which is unseen. The aim is true.
I do have a keyboard that's slightly less clicky somewhere, but I don't want to use it. Let me check. Oh wow, yeah, the keyboard is as loud as my voice on my monitor. Okay, no, it's louder. Wow. Wow. People say what they have is a super chat. Super chat is you can pay money for text to show up in bright colors. It's really stupid. I have it enabled because it's really funny. You can do that. Okay, I'm gonna be a good Zenyatta. I'm gonna show... Me and the other two Zenyatta mains are so mad at me right now.
One. Fight. Match point.
Marks his way.
Okay, that's my last right click this game, I promise. Get back here so I can heal you. Oh, you idiot! You fool! Now we're all dead. Ugh. I did it. I got the big D. The big defeat.
Play of the game.
I can't imagine why anyone would want to play Overwatch with a controller. That'd be like playing a MOBA on your phone. Or watching a film on your phone. Oh cool, the play of the game is me being fucking killed because of that idiot. Great. PS4 better, no clicky sounds. Shut up. I like my keyboard. Okay. This okay. If you want to imagine a work day in my office, it's this. It's beautiful. Everyone loves me. All right, let's find a game and play as a character who works well with the team of 3. While it finds a game, I'm gonna go for a Waz. Ugh.
Arriving at Eagle Point, prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Oh jeez, oh jeez. Huh. Give me the. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
One. Fight.
Where were we? I hope he gets May and Dyson spawn. Shut up. Everything's fine in Kremlin. Oh, great. Stay away from the guy with the chain that will kill you if he gets you. Why is... What are you... Your mum's a bum. Get back here. Please. I'm just going to watch them die. Just going to hang out here. Okay, I'm safe. No!
Hey.
G'day, cobber.
Hello.
G'day.
Eliminated.
The Mercy didn't see me, did she? She just fucking left. Oh, Jesus. Oh, you shot it. You didn't stand on it.
Score 0-1. Prepare for battle.
I wanted to win. Okay. Right. Oh shit! Not that. Not this one. Yeah.
Here, let's pick it up.
Just got Lucio. Okay. Okay. Now how do you play Lucio?
Fight.
Pump up the volume.
Great. Great. Great.
Raising the volume.
Okay, does Lucio have robot legs? Or just like weird roller skates? Okay. Oh my god, they're back! All of my characters are alive and I should be fucking healing them.
Feel the healing.
Teammate
Oops.
eliminated.
Oops. Bye!
Pump up the volume.
Last
Oh, it's just me.
standing.
Sweet. I guess it's up to me. You fucker.
Oh, turn it up.
How long can I waste these people's fucking time? Well, that long, I guess. Didn't realise the chain could go that far.
0-2.
Someone just... I spent 50 crowns on a stupid mess.
For battle.
It's okay. 50 crowns is not a lot of real money. That's like that's £5 actually. That's a lot. Okay, well, I'm gonna change to a real healer. May. Oh, great.
Fight. Match point.
Oh.
I'll just leave this here.
Enemy eliminated.
Oh, I see this. I see him. I see what's going on here.
Team, heal up here.
Ah, that's a good spot.
For your sake.
I need healing.
Enemy eliminated. Winner.
It's a me.
Score 1-2. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
It's a perfect day for some mayhem.
1. Fight. Match point.
God damn it. Sorry, I muted people coming home. I was saying hi.
Enemy
One sec.
eliminated.
Anyone need some healing?
Teammate eliminated. Teammate eliminated. Defeat.
Accepting this donation means you have to vote Conservatives now. Oh no. God damn it. Probably ought to be. Oh, it's me. I'm Particle. Remember that time I shot the thing? Yeah.
Prepare.
Pretty proud of that. God, my chair is so like.
Select your hero.
If you lean back in it, 1 every 10 times, the leaning back I'm doing right now, it just goes, like it makes a really loud bang, and I don't know why it does it. It's really annoying. I do not know what causes it. It's like, it'll happen, it'll be really loud, you'll know what it is, you'll know when you hear it. It's really annoying. Ah, damn it. People keep donating me money and then saying I have to vote for people, so now I have to vote Conservative and Sinn Féin. Great, great. I need to put in the Steam thing that Steam thing? What am I saying?
Prepare for battle.
I need to plug in the thing that means when you get donations the thing pops up in the stream, because that was really funny back when I did it on Twitch. I think I still have that no, I don't. I was going to say I still have that set up, so if you want to give me money through that old system it'll still scream into the screen, but I did actually change that, so alright. It's junk crap time.
It's a perfect day for some mayhem.
1.
I have to vote Progressive Party in Norway. Norway, I see. That's what you mean. Alright. I'm gonna hang out with this May. She seems cool. Let's be friends. Does he read chat? I guess so.
Enemy eliminated.
Oh, sweet. Sweet. I can hear stuff happening.
Enemy
But...
eliminated.
Stop me if you've heard this one before.
Winner.
Yeah, technically my kill. Fuck you, May.
Score 1-0. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
I probably should add more people to the call, or to a team, or have people modding the chat, but I'm not. I'm going to be voting Labour. My philosophy when it comes to voting is you vote for the party that you want to win, and let the numbers dictate future behaviour by the politicians, and then maybe, just maybe, electoral reform that allows for people to, the ones people want to win, so no one has to do the tactical voting thing. I'm not against tactical voting, but I'm like, I'm going to vote for the party who I want to win. But luckily I want to vote Labour, who are not like the Green Party, although they soon will be, so it's not like I'm voting for someone who has no chance of winning, just the tiniest possible one ever because of the right-wing media. Is it just me? Oh, there's one other guy.
All teammates have been
Great, great, great.
Hunter lays a trap for his prey.
Oh. He's gonna shoot a reflection arrow and miss. Yep. Oh, great, great, great. That's so stupid. If you could fight anyone in history and lose, who?
select your hero.
Probably Andre the Giant. I'd like to lose to him in a fight. He seems like a nice man. He seemed quite nice. I like the quote. Someone just said, I'll be voting Labour in spite of Corbyn. I'll be voting Labour because of, not specifically Corbyn, but I agree with the policies that he's talking about. I like that the manifesto was was fully costed, unlike basically every other manifesto. They explained the loopholes they were closing in order to pay for the things they were doing, so there's no chance of anyone saying, where's the money coming from? But people still did, so I guess it doesn't fucking matter, does it? Meanwhile, the Conservatives promise equally stupid bullshit, but don't explain how they'll be paying for it.
Teammate eliminated.
I think an advantage to having like a fairly far left party who people will vote for instead of tactically voting for someone who might win or is more centrist is you force the political establishment to acknowledge that that group actually is liked, and maybe has points worth learning from. Like the Conservative Manifesto has a whole bunch of bullshit in it, but there's a couple of things in there that's them going, oh shit, Labour, we gotta have some of Labour stuff, or like, so we seem nice. And I don't think that would happen if they were like, oh, everyone's gonna just vote tactically and not do any of that stuff. It's politics is such a complex web of things that mostly relies on how people, well, politics is literally a social construct, but it's so much of it relies on how people expect things to work that it's really hard to weigh in on how anything works or why, because usually it just works the way the people who are the majority say they think it works. So notice on say they think, or thinking something works a certain way and it working that way are different things sometimes, but not always. Oh good, yeah, use the ult once you get it in this map because it doesn't come back. Thank you. I got a couple of curious cat messages. Like after I quote-unquote defended communism on Twitter, I got a bunch of curious cat messages from people who were like,
Enemy has been
how dare you? It's always bad. But like, no, not really. It's just like, Ian Miles Chung was saying how art and games aren't made in the Soviet Union or in communist countries, but of course the best-selling game ever is Tetris, which was made in the Soviet Union, so it's not fully true. But saying that is difficult because then you come across as defending the crimes of the Soviet Union, which is not the thing I would want to do. So it's whatever. Stupid. The whole thing's stupid. I think May is my favourite character to do in these, but people keep saying playing Caravan is nice. Is that the game from The Witcher?
match point.
Is it that? Is that a thing now? People keep saying delete. in the chat of the game, not of the...
The Vision.
Oh great, a disc orb. Luckily for me, we have a fucking Reinhardt. Legend. Hashtag legend. Most fucking... Nice try, Jack. Yeah, boy!
Score 2-2. Prepare for battle.
People are saying Joseph Anderson's better than me. Yeah, probably. Joseph Anderson briefly followed me on Twitter, but then he saw that I tweeted a lot about politics, so he unfollowed me and subtweeted me about how bad it is to talk about politics on Twitter. But apart from that, he seems like a lovely bloke. From what little I've seen of him, other than his videos.
1. Fight. Match point.
Enemy contact.
Oh, I fucking see you, mate. Nice try, idiot. Great, great. Is it just me? No, it's two of us. Okay, it's 2v2. But
Let's see you get past this.
oh, he's above me. Great. Using my ability to see in third person when I enter the ice cube, I could see where he was. Aww. That was foolish. Oh, Caravan is from New Vegas! No, that's the other thing. I'm thinking of the Witcher. I'm thinking of Gwent. That's it.
Play of the game.
Oh man, TF2. I like TF2 a lot. I played it for like 2,000 hours, 1,000 as the spy, and then 2,000 cumulatively as the scout and the medic, and then probably another 1,000 between the remaining people. But yeah, that was a good game when it came out. I had a bunch of huge problems with it that they slowly fixed over the course of a decade. Like crits, they made it so that your ability to do critical hits went up from basically doing anything. So like fixing a turret would give you the ability to kill you if you were a spy ever. If they hit you once, you die. So basically everyone can backstab the spy. It's hard to describe the problem in detail, but like, okay, the spy's thing is he kills you instantly if he stabs you in the back. But the spy's other thing is his health is low enough that if someone gets a crit on him in melee, he will die instantly. Basically anyone except maybe the scout. The engineer, by building turrets, builds up critical hit chance. So basically the early maybe 2 years max, which is when I played it the most, the engineer could just fucking kill you with a single hit, which was supposed to be the thing the spy did. But he could hit you from any side. It was ridiculously stupid, and I hated the game so much. And this was back in the time where folks were like, but Valve are geniuses, so if that can happen, they're clearly meant for it, and you can't complain. No joke, people did say that, I promise, that happened, and that was stupid of me. But then they fixed it so that it doesn't happen as much, and it goes up less, and then it sort of works better. Someone asked if there was any YouTubers I wanted to get into a fight with. I'm not the sort of person who wants to physically get into fights with people. That's just that's not my style. I'm not much of a fist fighter. I went to a fairly rural high school. I've been in fights, but it's just not. I don't know. I can't think of one who I'm like, I want this person to fight me physically. Okay, Joe Rice has a point. Maybe Joseph Anderson, because that would be funny. I'd rather fight him in like Dark Souls, but okay, where was I? It's May time.
Our world is worth fighting for.
Todd Howard. He's not a YouTuber, but I would fight him. Dark Souls, the thinking man's chess. Insomnious Pro started spectating.
Knocking them off.
Heh. Oh, great.
Teammate eliminated.
Probably should be doing something useful to help my teammates so they don't die and then leave me to die. But at the same time, I really like fucking running around as May fucking murdering people one by one. I'm not a very good team player. I think I play 3v3 because it feels less like I have to play as part of a team, but you actually even more so have to. I'm a bad person. And it's all coming out in this Overwatch game. Jesus! Oh, did you fucking see that? Oh, that was...
0 to 2. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Thought summary on Overwatch. I like it. I think it's good. There's a lot of very, very clever moves, just like, you know, everyone has infinite ammo. They just have to reload. You have to get more ammo. It's fine. It's gone. No longer a concern. Focus on the game. Just cooldowns, no mana. It's simple, but in a useful, helpful, positive way. And I'm dead again. Oh no, I'm not. Shit, shit, shit. That was a mistake. Wait a minute, I meant to block him off. I can't believe that was Zenyatta. That's my trick. Zenyatta is pro only. Like me. God damn it. Yeah, boy. Is it just the Zenyatta now?
Teammate eliminated.
Yeah, it is. Wow. Turret less. Okay. 69%.
Winner.
Well,
Score 1 to 2. Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
when you plan to stream Farnham Fables? Oh yeah, someone sent that to me, along with a good game. I should probably do that. I need to get back into streaming. The main reason I stopped was because I kept being like, I could make videos instead, and I don't make enough of those. And just in general, I'm becoming more and more conscious of the fact that half the people who come to my channel are people who like the stuff I do that's not to do with games, and the other half are people who like the game stuff. And I'm having trouble coming to terms with... Oh, dying instantly. Having trouble coming to terms with how I'm going to deal with that as an audience going forward. So I just put off streaming for a while. But I'd like to continue streaming and maybe do more of like more Overwatch stuff. I'd like to play Overwatch more with my Discord friends, just because it'd be nice. You know, I know all the folks on Discord now who play this game and who want to play it with me, and I should. That sort of thing. I like playing chess. I want to destroy Sean at chess. I need that in my life. Yeah, so it's... it's weird. I don't think streaming is ever something I would do regularly. I think it's just something I like to occasionally throw out. Like, I just felt like it tonight. I think because I worked pretty hard on video stuff today. Updates on people talking about... Oh, Sean will win, apparently he's really good at chess. Updates on videos. I've sort of started, like... A point that someone made to me quite recently is that I don't use my channel well enough to showcase views from marginalized people who I'm supposedly on the side of. Like, I have a propensity, whether I want to believe, like, whether I'm happy about it or not, to essentially forward my own views as opposed to the views of people who... That's so stupid, I shouldn't have done that. Folks who desperately need to be heard louder. And that's something I'm working to rectify, so I actually paid someone to produce a segment of the next video so they can get their own voice out. It's on an issue that affects them a lot more than me, so I felt like it was better for them to have their say than for me to have what I think they would think, that sort of thing. It's to do with the Bill Nye episode on gender. I found a trans woman YouTuber who has seen the episode and has thoughts about it and the reaction to it. And what was quite interesting was that they were more positive about the episode than I was. I felt that some of the things it did and said were perhaps inaccurate to the experience, and also like were so reductive about the science that it ceased to actually be all that scientific. But at the, like in the sense that there was a lot of stuff about gendered brains in there that I thought was weird. But Zinnia's response, which you'll see in the video that comes out soon, was way more positive than me. Well, you know, sure, it oversimplified it, but this is still a relatively new concept to a lot of people, and that's a difficult thing to, you know, it's... I think I keep getting distracted by the game. I think there's a lot of topics that are still very difficult to cover because so few people know basically anything about them. So you have to start with the kind of simplistic, maybe itself a little false stuff, just so people even get on the right page about it. And that's difficult for me to do because I'm the sort of person who's like, no, just make the thing an hour and a half long so you can get the thing across. But, you know, Bill and I had 20 minutes to talk about gender identity. That's, you know, it's a pretty tall order. People are saying you don't have to portray voices other than yours on your channel, but essentially the it's hard to, sorry, I'm being distracted by the game while trying to think about a fairly difficult thing to talk about, but like it's not enough, you know, in terms of saying something productive and helpful, it's not enough for me to just get across my opinion sometimes. Sometimes the point is that there are people whose opinions need to be listened to more, and those opinions aren't mine. I'm listened to pretty well sometimes. And like on another note, on the other video, the video about Sherlock, I actually have started bringing on a co-writer who I intend to work with possibly more in the future, just to punch my stuff up, make it funnier, make it more interesting. I've had a video in the works, the next serious lore analysis video, for like months. I wanted it to be out April 1st, and I'm just not happy with how it is. And I'm lucky that I can take the time to perfect it, and in the end I was like, I'm just going to get this person to help me on this because I have no idea how to get it from A to B. I finally ran out of things to say and now there's not a game happening. I wasn't paying any attention to that game the whole time through. I was too busy talking. There's a lot of like very serious discussion happening in the chat, and I don't know, I feel like there's a certain amount of conversation that can't be had in this kind of medium, and it'll just annoy everyone involved, so try and avoid that.
Select your hero.
the other thing is like it's making a philosophically dense aphorism in YouTube videos is sort of not allowed because you know people will take it out of context and misuse it. Like you have to be careful to write in a way where people can't clip out that section and go aha. So I can't say some of the pithy stuff I would like to say about views on gender. I think I might end up making a video just about the concept of sort of gender essentialism, the idea that there is some like irreducible component of gender or sexuality that makes you one or the other, which I don't believe is true, and I don't think is accurate in any field regarding any kind of viewpoint. Even like people say like, oh no, the hard maths, hard science is real, but then you think about like, what about pi? Like, what about the fact that we have a word to describe a number that we cannot describe with numbers? Like, people are often like, is mathematics invented or discovered? It's invented. Maths is an attempt to explain a very complex world in a way that makes any kind of sense. Some people are like, oh, it's chromosome. Even though gender was invented before we knew what chromosomes were, or gender was conceived of before we knew what chromosomes were, I think that's incredibly disingenuous. People saying math is not invented, but it kind of is. You know, if you put two ants next to each other, that is a 2, but the ants are two different things. The ants will be slightly different. Is it really 2 ants? What if the ants are from 2 different species? Is that really 2 ants? And is it really 2 of anything, considering that they're made out of, you know, millions of cells and billions of molecules? Is that right? I might have the numbers wrong there. And of course, that is just splitting hairs, but it's making a point that things aren't always obvious. But
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
Billy just wrote, white males in left-wing circles' opinions are always ignored because they are not oppressed enough. I don't believe that's true. I believe my voice is heard far louder than more oppressed people in my circle. I know that for a fact. I can't escape from the fact that occasionally I say things that other people have already said, but it gets heard louder when I say it. That's just me, though. Like, it seems like a lot of people first heard about the debate between Carl and Christy Winters through me using clips from it. Like, I think that says kind of a lot, but I don't know. Who needs maths when you can masturbate? Nice one. Oh, someone rage quit. I'm gonna stop being bad at the game now, I've decided. I'm gonna take it upon myself to be good at video games now, so prepare. Oh, great! Everyone quit! It's time to kill and it's time to die. This is great. Yeah, this is great. Come on, Jester, I need you, please. I see you. Oops, that was a mistake. No! Get the fuck out of here! No! I need that to hide and be invincible. God. Yeah. It's a difficult thing. Like, I've heard people say, you know, white people aren't listened to as much in leftist circles. I don't think that's true. But I've also heard it said that there are a lot of like. Oh, what's the thing? I forgot the thing. I forgot the counterpoint I was going to make. Squirrel Girl V2 asks, have you seen Arrival? I've seen half of it, and then I fell asleep. I think there's plenty of that's the other point I like to make is that they're actually, like, in terms of leftism or Marxism as an ideal, as a thing that is practiced by people in the world, among white people it's still a relatively new concept. Like, in terms of use, like, most of the best actual Marxists in history have been people of colour. I refer you specifically to Frantz Fanon, but there's plenty others. And then there's all the ones that are kind of dismissed as Marxists when they're not, to try and get rid of what they're saying. There's a lot of, like, it's...
Hello.
Oh no, Jeff Boy's talking to me in the game. Hold on, like, it's... I'm having difficulty putting it in words because they're stupid words and I shouldn't be saying them. Because I'm clearly not paying enough attention, but it's like... I think traditionally... I think of leftist ideals as traditionally being of the group of people who are the least well served in society, and that group is most often not white people. So the idea that there are plenty of, like, the so-called Bernie bro, which I don't think there is really a massively huge quantity, but does exist. Of course you're going to get bad leftists from that community because being a white leftist is actually a fairly new thing. And that feels weird to say because I've been one basically most of my life, since most of my, like, political existence. But, like, in practice,
0 to 1.
Socialism is the movement for people who are not white Western Europeans. I think, generally speaking. There are a couple of exceptions. Arguably, a lot of folks in Britain, when the NHS was formed, understood those ideals, but even then, that's a drop in the bucket. Especially considering that all we've done is walk back from that since then in this country. So I don't know. So I don't know. It's like with it's a lot like with Tumblr. You know, you can laugh at the people on there for being stupid or for being wrong about things, but a good deal of the people on that website are 13-year-olds or still quite young and just figuring this stuff out. And they're going to get a lot of stuff wrong because everyone does. And that's actually okay. And it's important to be encouraging to those people, even if they're not always right about something, even if they call something social constructs which aren't, even though a lot of things are when you really think about them. Even if some of their ideas are wrong and stupid, and I can't think of any examples because I'm busy getting murdered in Overwatch, it's, like, worthwhile having a conversation with them instead of decrying Tumblr or people on that site as, like, a bad philosophy, if that makes sense. That's I don't know, that's something I've become more comfortable with as I've grown older, is the understanding that I was stupid and got better, and it's a lot harder now for me to simply decry people for being people who are wrong now just because they happen to be, you know? I keep worrying that people in my thing can't. I keep thinking the people in my game can hear me talking about philosophy, and it's really stupid. I'd like to do a video on social constructs, or at least the socially constructed nature of many ideas. One thing I like to use as an example, which I know is a little ridiculous, but I go to it to make a point, is death. You think of death as your life ends, you stop being conscious forever, and that is death. I know I have a right click, but I like the ice. I like freezing people and then stabbing them in the head with an ice pick. Much like a certain political figure. Fuck you! I see that. I see you, baby. Yeah, you think of death as you lose consciousness forever, but when you die, various parts of your body continue to work for a while. It's a much slower process. The cells die one by one. Like, it's a much... theoretically, your consciousness continues while you're dead in some respects, but you're still awake for a portion of death in a lot of ways, the same way a comatose person can still be conscious. Like, death's actually way more scary and worse than the idea we have of it. So in a specific sense, death is a social construct, but, you know, in terms of how you think of it in your stories where, you know, oh, the person is now physically gone. But, and also,
Enemy turret ahead.
if let's say a person like writes a book and then physically dies, but people continue to think of them and discuss their ideas as if they were here, are they actually dead? Like, yes, they are. I know, like, yes, obviously, but, you know, it's a little more complex than that, I feel. For example, you know, let's say I die, but I have a bunch of videos set up to go on after I die for a while, like 4 or 5 months worth of videos, people would still act under the belief that I'm in fact alive. And that's an interesting concept, because it means that to a certain extent my physical material existence is different from my life insofar as how I'm perceived on the online. And that's fascinating. It doesn't actually undo the fact that, yes, you are literally dead, but it's interesting to me as someone who thinks about the value of certain ideas. What am I doing? I'm a fool. I'm a foolish fool. Game will be a joy in 37 seconds. I'm okay with that. Oh, you little fucker. Keeps building armor for himself, the fool. Little does he know that I'm dead.
Prepare for battle. Select your hero.
I think the going definition, this is like something that I do quite often in stories that I write and then don't do anything with, is kill a character and have them live past their physical death in some form. Not like as a spirit or a ghost, but in the form of the ideas they leave behind, because I think that's a really important thing to think about. The way I find meaning in the world is through knowing that I will continue being, you know, one day I'm not going to be alive, and YouTube videos I made will be there, and they'll have to be, you know, they'll have to be good, because they'll be all there is of me at some point. Is that a weird thing to constantly think about? Someone asked me a question about that, yeah. Since you like Star Wars prequels, did you like the Clone Wars CGI show? The Clone Wars CGI show is okay. It's not... I need to make more than one decision. I need to either talk about important stuff or play Overwatch, because I clearly can't do both at once.
Play of the game.
The Clone Wars CGI show is okay. It's like a very good children's television show, but it's not like something I would heartily recommend to anyone. And wow, that guy's play of the game was murdering me a lot. That was great. So, but I think some of the things that it does, in the interesting point I like to go to when I'm talking about the Clone Wars is that unavailable asset. I am searching for a game. What are you doing? Give me the... There we go. Is a lot of the things it draws on, a lot of the places where people like to say, oh, it's great because it fills in holes in the canon of the prequel stories, or they make smart points about the world of the prequels that you didn't think of before. The thing I like to go to is those ideas were already in the prequels, and the show is just extrapolating them out into long-form stories. It's just going, hey, you know, the Naboo people are actually in a really bad situation and being kind of oppressed by these humans who've clearly like colonized this fucking planet. Like, you didn't... That material, that information was in the show, just in a way where you don't see or hear a lot of it, because not many of the main characters are the oppressed people who are referred to there. So like the Clone Wars gets points for doing a thing well, but at the same time I don't give it points for, like, you know, outsmarting the prequels, because the prequels had those ideas. Those ideas were there. That's why the show is drawing on them so effectively. But that's like a minor point that I like to go to when people pretend the prequels aren't deep or don't have any ideas in them for the sake of outsmarting a television series. Anyway, someone asked what my favourite children's show was, or animated show. I don't know. I'm gonna check. What was your favorite children's television show? I don't know. I liked Adventure Time a lot. I was a little too old for like the core demographic of Adventure Time of like actual children when it first started coming out. I was sort of mid to late high school, but I remember really liking that. I remember there was a period in my life where it was the show it was the show like I would have made if I'd had the chance to at that point in my life, and seeing it was really beautiful and nice, but it gave me this weird crisis of, well, now that show exists, what am I supposed to be trying to make with my life? But then it got worse, thankfully, so now I can make good stuff of my own, because it turns out bad show happened eventually. Interestingly enough, the show got worse in the kind of interesting way where it became obsessed with its own canon. It became this sort of, this is a story about this world and all the things we happen to put in it, instead of this is a story in which there's an adventure every single episode.
Enemy eliminated. Team base score 1-1.
Cash M says, the prequels are shit though. You can't watch Red Letter Media's analysis of them and think they're good. Well, I have. I think the Red Letter Media Plinkett reviews are smartly executed. They're very funny in a lot of ways. There's a lot of stuff like that's less funny the further and further you get from it. I think people call it the basement rapist stuff, is like, it does not hold up, and in retrospect was never very funny. And a lot of people are like, that's the core of the Plinkett. Like, no, let's hope it's not. But I don't think they're right about the actual prequels. I think a lot of their analysis is really kind of base and what's the word? Gauche? I don't know. There's a word for the kind of bad thing that it is, but I don't know what the word is because I'm stupid. One of the points it makes is like, you know, your story has to have a protagonist. It has to have this stuff to make sense. It has to have this kind of conflict. And who's the protagonist? Oh, you can't think of one. So the movie's bad. That's not really a point. Movies don't need to have the kind of conventional protagonist you're thinking of. That, you know, the idea that they have to be like that is stupid. And they undermine that point by then saying, oh, movies don't have to be like that, but you have to be, and then they list a bunch of directors who are famous for not really doing that. And they play it for a joke, but they also literally say it. You know, they basically say, unless you're this list of directors, it's inherently stupid to not have a protagonist. So they managed to simultaneously say, this thing is dumb because it doesn't have a central protagonist in it, even though it kind of does. But it doesn't have to be this way. And that kind of, you can see the hole in the logic there, and that train runs through the entire analysis, where they set an arbitrary idea for what makes a good story, and then say, well, it doesn't have that, so it has to be bad. And that's really not analysis. Some of the jokes are funny. I think the way it's edited is very clever. It's definitely been a very foundational work in terms of how a lot of analysis happens. I certainly owe them a lot. I know that Contra does too. Like, he doesn't even care about Star Wars or films really, but he recognizes that, you know, there's something artful in them. But I don't actually think they're all that right.
Enemy has been revealed.
Enemy's been revealed. Heck yeah. That was a waste.
Last human standing.
Lucio. It's me, Mr. Lucio. Where? Can you headshot people with the icicle? I'm not even sure. I think you can. I like that. Hello.
30 seconds remaining.
Oh, fuck you. Whatever. Great, I drew against Lucio. Great.
Score
Oh, when's that ukulele debate happening? I don't know. I don't know what the format will be or how we'll do it. I don't even know what we'd formally be debating about ukulele. I think it's pretty good. A lot of things about it are bad, but I think a lot of things that are bad are honest. Hold on. That's the kind of loud bang I was talking before my chair. A lot of those things that are honest, like, it's bad in a way that is utterly representative of the games that it is. You can say, no, Banjo-Kazooie / Tui was better in XYZ capacity, but it had a lot of problems.
Enemy contact.
Enemy eliminated.
Like, the minecart level, the minecart, what are they called, minecart mini-games are quite good, but they slowly break more and more as they sort of push the kind of thing they're doing with them. Sorry, I just wanted to tell Lucia that was revenge for the draw last time. They're good, but they push the mechanics just far enough that they start to break in the more hard levels. But
2 to 1.
having kind of broken mini games
Select your hero.
really like gets to me in a good way. It's like when I died on the minecart, I was like, I'm annoyed in the exact way I was in the Banjo games, and that somehow was a cool feeling. I remember that annoyance I had.
Fight.
Dodo Player says, you're going to get a lot of viewers subs saying the dumb shit you say, bro, lol. I have never seen a person more suited for r/I am very smart than you, man, haha. That's awfully rude. Maybe I just am very smart. Have you considered that? Have you considered that Plato is my only intellectual equal?
Enemy
Okay?
eliminated.
I'm just saying, just consider it, you know, in the interest of objectivity.
Enemy eliminated.
Oh, sweet. I played like 100 million games and I finally won the 3 required for a loot box.
Play of the game.
Do you plan on doing a video dedicated to New Vegas? First of all, I'm entitled to my opinion, and in my opinion, I'm smart. Second of all, yes, I want to do a kind of, I'm not sure how long it's going to end up being, but just basically plot a map through all the things that make New Vegas really good, and explain it through comparison to Fallout 3. Like, Fallout 3 is this big open world, but there's some very poor direction happening in it, and that creates a really shitty kind of, unless the player is inserting a narrative and kind of role-playing themselves as they sort of walk around trying to do whatever, it's not particularly fun. A lot of people run around in Fallout 3 trying to find the fun, and eventually they find it, but better games give you more of a sense of direction, and New Vegas does that expertly, where it is theoretically an open world, but it's actually designed to lead you through it in a very precise way, where you're actually sent in a specific direction, and I think that's kind of interesting. Where you think you're on an open world adventure, but you're actually on a kind of straightforward quest that you're being led through, and that's kind of clever.
1. Fight.
How did you like Contra's new video? I liked it. I think the gimmick went on a little too long for me personally. I started thinking, you know, I could skip the next 5 seconds because I know what he's going to say. But I liked it. It was very well put together as well. Getting 3 people in the same shot, 3 of yourself in the same shot with even lighting that like fits is super difficult. I've tried that. I've only ever managed to get like 2 people in at the most. So, like, major props on that account. It's a May with the lady. May with the, it's a Macy. God damn it. It's a Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade of ice, and also Genjo is there. Oh, I'm gonna fucking destroy you. Haha! Oh. Shot me in the head with the gun. Really hoping I could freeze them and then shatter their face.
Score 0.
Who are your current favourite YouTubers? Art of Weapons. Art of Weapons is a fantastic
Select
piece of pseudo-performance art. It's like okay, early on, 13-year-old kid decides he's going to build a furnace, he's going to start making his own knives. and he's really bad at it, and he's got like he's making iron ingots or aluminium ingots in baking trays, like it's fucking amazing. And it's him being like, okay, I tried doing it this way and it didn't work, it was a huge waste of time, and like it's so honest about all the mistakes he's made while he's trying to make this like he's at some point saw Man at Arms and thought he could make that himself as a small teenager, and it's just so beautiful. And now he's like 16 and he's a lot better at it, and his voice has dropped. So it's a bit less fun, but it's really amazing watching him slowly. It reminds me of the Uwe Boll, Uwe, you know, just like, here was a person slowly but surely learning a craft over the course of this thing, and it's really good. Art of Weapons is good, that's what I'm saying. Go to the earliest video and just watch through them until he becomes competent. That story's great. Whose voice dropped is Roberto, but Art of Weapons. The guy went through puberty over the course of his YouTube channel where he makes weapons. It's really fun. Who else? Shannon Strucci's really good. She's a fairly recent YouTube person. Does interesting things about being a film nerd and stuff like that. Some interesting stuff happening there. People are telling each other to fuck off in the chat. At some point someone is going to get banned, I'm not sure who. At some point I'll take a break and read it and figure out who should maybe be made to stop. I don't know. I'm very bad at enforcing bans on groups of people. I end up coming off like a big piece of shit. Like, something I did was, okay, I had a mod, or like a group of mods actually on my Discord who sort of formed this little clique that enforced a very specific set of ideas and were very like threatening to people who opposed them. And I didn't do anything about it because I kind of had a hands-off, laissez-faire approach to my Discord. But then they started being very sure that I was myself one of the bad people they were angry about. Like, so my own mods were like super mad at me all the time. And eventually got to the point where like they were mad at me because they knew I was friends with ContraPoints because he makes similar videos, and he'd made a video about cultural appropriation, which I still haven't seen because I know that it will probably annoy me, and I kind of don't want to start arguments with people who I have a lot of sympathies with. It seems like a waste of time, which is probably a little bit shallow of me, but there we go. And then at one point I was on a stream, and Contra was also on as a guest. We were talking about the idea of the internet persona. It's on Lindsay Ellis's channel. Actually, it's on Contra's channel as well, I think. Anyway, during that, this group of people on the Discord started messaging me, why are you associating with a racist? Because they decided that Contra was a racist person because of his views on this one thing about appropriation. Yeah, the kink critical cult with 3 Ks. They spelt it that way, yeah. And they... So, like, at that point, when I realised I was having to simultaneously discuss this thing in a stream and explain to my mods that I didn't think it, like, that was so annoying, I ended up just banning all of them. And I don't know, I can imagine that being spun in a way that makes me look like a huge asshole. And something you learn over the course of, like, growing an audience is you have to be the... 421. Nice, 421 watching. You have to be the bad guy sometimes. You have to pick between which kind of bad guy who you're going to be. And I picked the one where the mods of my Discord didn't hate me. And hopefully the Discord is way more chill now. It's tough modding. Thanks, Anna. Jeez. Okay. Billy keeps tweeting, you deserve an ice pick at people. Sorry, man. Get out. Sorry. Breath of the Wild, Harris, what's your opinion? Haven't played enough of it yet to really be sure, but I quite like it. Will you please guest at Jim Sterling's podcast? He knows, he has my address. He can invite me if he wants. Someone asked what my opinion of cultural appropriation was. My thing is, like, I was about to say it's alright. It's not alright. But its central problem is how it emblematizes a real problem and stands for it, not in the sense that it's itself a terribly bad thing. Like, I've had people, like I've spoken to people about this whose cultures are appropriated a lot, and they're like, you know, the systematic genocide of our people in America was bad. People, like, we're not going to go first that and now people wearing headdresses. I think, but however, the fact that a culture will happily co-opt aspects of another people's culture once they've basically destroyed that culture is telling and worth thinking about in of itself. I think only idiots misconstrue that as simply, you're not allowed to dress like this because I say so. It's not that simple. It's more, what does this thing say about it? It's a lot like how, this is a stupid example, the fucking... what was I gonna say about that?
30 seconds remaining.
Oh, that's it. I was gonna make an example about the Transformers films, where there are racist caricatures in the Transformers films. Does that make the film itself racist or bad, or a thing that has to be decried specifically for the thing that it's like? Is that a thing that decreases it in terms of moral value, or does that simply more deeply explain a problem in American culture that thing could be in the film in the first place? It's a lot. Sorry, there's often so many questions in the chat at once, and I don't know if I want to stay on the topic I'm on or if I want to read the next thing and go on.
Match point.
So people were asking about whether or not people are registered to vote. Please register to vote. I was in a sticky situation at one point where I was registered in one place in Farnborough in a very conservative area that I no longer lived in, and I'd moved somewhere else, like a long way away, and had to wasn't sure if I had to register again or what, and it was really confusing. So get that squared away if you have any kind of thing happening. Voting is important. But you should also, not just vote. Try and argue for electoral reform. Try and make the world a bit less shit. When I hear people say tactical choices, tactical voting, in my head I think, whether it's right or wrong to vote tactically, I'm somewhat on the fence about it. The fact that you have to implies there is already a big problem with that system. Like, it's a band-aid over the problem of not being allowed to vote for the person who you want because of how the system works. Internet-o-matic, please chill. This is a chess stream. TERFs, tankies, and Nazis all need to be shot. Okay, I'm gonna put this guy in timeout. I don't know how long timeouts last, but it's gonna be in timeout for a while. 300 seconds, that sounds nice. Maybe they do need to be, but you're not supposed to say it. Oh god, yeah, that's a difficult, that reminds me of the whole punching Nazis thing. Like, is it okay to punch them? Yes, but that doesn't mean you actually should. What's important is to live in a society that cheers when one gets punched, not necessarily one that constantly encourages doing it. On some level it is fundamentally wrong to attack a person in public, no matter who they are. But on another level, it's morally correct to cheer when the bad people get attacked in public. That's a somewhat more complex point than I think the discourse often allows for. But it's very important that people know that if you're a fucking fascist and someone punches you, people aren't going to be like, oh, how terrible. That's important to have. It's highly subjective, though. It's not as straightforward as punch the bad guys, yay or nay. And it's weird, I kind of came around to that slowly as a result of me, I guess, interacting more and more with cultures that are on the receiving end of these people being massive shit stains and denying other people's rights to assemble. It's Oh, I used to be like these groups should be allowed to assemble, and then they'll be screaming into the void, and we can laugh at them and debunk them or whatever. But actually allowing them to assemble to a certain extent is bad, and that doesn't mean they should be stopped by some kind of state action or some organized action. But if it was to happen, I'd be happy it did. That's a somewhat more nuanced point. I think a little bit. I don't know.
World is worth fighting for.
Maybe.
One. Fight.
I know I'm probably repeating myself a lot. I'm eventually gonna not die in this game. I'm gonna pay attention this time, I've decided. Like, I physically do not remember what has happened in the last, like, 6 games of Overwatch. I've been too busy talking. Oh, fuck you in the Discord. Discord. Shit, 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 shit.
Rendezvous at my position.
Enemy eliminated.
Group up with me. Rendezvous at my position.
Why is Overwatch not a third-person shooter? I don't know.
Teammate eliminated.
I keep getting Curious Cat messages from people asking, like, do you have right-wing friends? And every time I think I should just respond, mate, if you've met me, like, almost everyone I know is slightly more right-wing than me.
To 2.
That's rude. Don't salute your mother's corpse.
Prepare for battle.
I've got to actually play as someone who can deal damage in this game. I'm starting to not enjoy losing constantly. I like Junkrat, but he's not very good in this. Thoughts on the Destiny v Jontron debate? Destiny is he's a liberal, but like he made some decent points. I think he thoroughly schooled Mr. Tronathan and provided some amazing quotes from John saying really stupid shit.
Teammate eliminated.
Oh great, it's over. They don't even know I'm here and I'm still not hurting them. It's over for me. Come on, man, you can do it. Don't let him heal. Oh, it's over. I thought a tanky was someone who watched that one anime about anthropomorphized tanks. No, I think a tanky is the person who supports in the tanks. Jontron didn't leave YouTube forever, he just deleted his more recent videos. He deleted one, like, his latest, didn't he? Like, not Christmas with the Cranks, he did like one more after that, which I never saw because I, for unknown reasons, lost interest in watching a big fucking piece of shit who hasn't been funny or talked about games for years. But I think that got deleted. Is Tank Girl a tanky? No. I think she's a like a more radically anarchist character. Tank Girl is a really interesting movie. I'm way into the I'm way into that film. I like the bit where, like, very briefly the license plate says can't. I think I wrote a whole essay at some point about the Kantian themes of that film. That was a stupid point in my life. Anyway, What is that paper sound? Asks Jen. That is me fumbling with a magazine because I need to constantly be fidgeting, and I do not own a fidget cube because I'm not a small child. So instead I'm flipping through a copy of Empire magazine, just to do something with my hands. I'm going to stop because obviously it's audible on the mic. Oh great, it mashed me into a game that has already won 2. Great. Girls und Panzer, that was it. People are asking, oh, first of all, do not send me a fidget cube. You cannot and you won't. Oh cool, it mashed me into a game that I lost. What do I think about anarchism? It's fine. It's one of those ideologies in which it would make it, if all the things were in place for it to start happening, it would work. But getting there is the difficult part, and I think a lot of anarchists don't have a process in mind for getting there, and that's difficult. That said, the common socialist method of getting there, vanguardism, is the stupidest idea in the world and is responsible for millions of deaths. So I can kind of see them having some reservations about that. But I don't know, anarchism can make sense, but you would need all the things to be in place for it to work. Please do not send me fidget cubes. Ah, I find paper flipping sounds pleasant, thank you. Yeah, I'm constantly flipping paper. I own several dozen magazines that I have never read more than a few words of by accident because I just need something to do with my hands. So I buy them just to flip through when I'm like talking on the internet or writing or reading or something like that. Mystery duel reward. Oh, I don't even like. Right before fidget cubes were gonna go big, fidget spinners became the thing. Like, I don't enjoy this commodification of people's need to constantly fidget because of their fucking alienation from society.
Arriving at Eagle Point, Antarctica.
H-Rob, who is your mystery girlfriend? It's me, Frosty Dog. The cavalry's... I didn't really understand racism until I met Tracer. Whee! Let's do it. Let's do it. There she is. Step 2, cake dance. Great, great, great. This is fun, but also I'm terrified I'm gonna die. I'm dead.
Score 0-1. Battle
Okay,
Reinhardt.
it's Frosty Dog time.
Justice will be done.
I didn't under... Hello, boy. Ah! Nice try, boy. Wah! Four. Well, well. Oh, that kills you through the shield, doesn't it? Oops. Have you watched any of Venetia's new series? No. No, I haven't. I probably should. Oh, it's time! Oh, he's also Bastion. Shit! Damn it. I thought it was just me who gets to be Bastion in this mystery duel. Yeah, I see you. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Little does he know, I am also doing that. Oh, I hear you. I think I don't hear you there. You fool!
Score 1-2. Battle. Zenyatta.
You... Do you still own that vodka skull? Yes, and I've barely drank any of it because I really don't like vodka all that much. Oh yeah, people asked about Berserk. My favourite thing about Berserk is someone made a video about the Fermion argument. Oh, Dan Olsen made it. Talking about, like, essentially making the point that it's really fucked how the way discussion around certain anime is, and he uses a theoretical anime called Women Getting Ripped Apart by Orcs, and the way criticism of that show would theoretically be discarded. And a bunch of people in the comments are, for some reason, defending a show called Berserk. I just think that's a funny anecdote. But I quite like Berserk, so, you know, maybe I am one of those defenders. Ah, oh, Zenyatta was my man. I had it. It was me. Oh well. Oh, it's time. It's Frosty Dog time. I say that every time, don't I? Oh, this guy doesn't know how to play the Winston, does he? More like Lewiston. Oops. Yeah, idiot, engage me inside my barrier, you fool. Yes! Taking it back! Berserk's okay. It's acceptable. Yeah, the problems with it become more clear the older I get and the more my perspective changes. And the good things about it get more interesting the less they are recognised as the thing that was good about Berserk by future adaptations of the show. That's the most interesting thing about the show, I think. The fact that it's... Oh, fuck you! I got you! It was me! I did the I didn't deserve that. My favourite anime is probably Gatchaman Crowds. They've got a skin. They're definitely good at this character. Just gonna not fly at all. Shit. Oh! That was a good shot. Can't complain. That was actually a really good shot.
Clearing the area.
Oh! That was a good shot. That was good of them. There's 2 more guys left, isn't there? How long do you plan on streaming for? I have no idea. Probably gonna stop soon. I wanted to call this the Overwatch Power Hour. It's been more than an hour though, so I have no idea. They're standing still, aren't they? They're creeping. Shit. I just empowered their shield super a lot. The most. Oh shit, shit, shit! Zarya's barrier. Barrier advantage of this area. Aww. This is stupid.
Best shot.
The dumb game mode. Yeah, keep up the pressure.
Score.
Whew. Okay, well, one more.
4.
Did H1 get banned from Twitch? No, I just realised that there's no reason not to stream on YouTube.
Fight. Match point.
Oops.
Enemy
Yeah, boy! Just won that. I did not deserve that. He got a lot of really good kills. Yeah, I have Twitch, but I sort of naturally reach for the magazine again instead of doing the thing. Aww. He beat me as the guy I think I'm pretty good at. Really well. Oh, what a good play of the game. He killed me as Zenyatta. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah, well, I have the loot box. See you in hell. What? I didn't deal any damage to them as Farah. I'm not homophobic. I like Yowie. It's a really good line. Oh wow. Let's see what kind of loot I get. By the way, the loot box system that HOTS now has is really stupid because, okay, let's say you get a drop in the box and it's something that you don't want to have on your profile. For example, a fucking big-titted genie skin for Chromie. If you don't want to have that on your account, you have to pay money to re-roll the chest. But what if you don't have any coins because you haven't won a game in a while? That means you have no choice but to accept the quote-unquote reward of this fucking nightmare. I'm not happy with it. Anyway. Loot boxes are bad even when they're free. Yeah, give me that. Okay. I had a friend who had who actually would re-roll whenever he got given one of these obnoxiously sexy skins and then ran out of coins and could not unroll the Chromie skin. There goes that chair click again. This is a cool skin, but the fuck it, sure. They have different lines, don't they? Tit Genie, that's it.
That's how you get tinnitus.
What does that have to do with anything? And here, you can have it. That's how you get tinnitus. What does that mean? Yeah, check it. Oh boy, I got some money and sprays. Hooray. I wonder what's on my desktop. Oh no, things I need to hide. Oh no, the explosion.mob files I've been using for my Sherlock video. I'm gonna check to see if I have that skin in Heroes of the Storm. I'm really scared. Why are we talking about boobs? We are supposed to be children of God. The tinnitus thing's a reference to Archer. That's clever. That's pretty cool. Oh, spoilers. My main. Where's Crom? Cool. That's the one. I didn't realize I equipped it. Why would I do that? I don't want this. I don't want it. Alt F4. How come you only have 2 folders on your desktop? Oh yeah, shit. Probably shouldn't be revealing the contents of my desktop to people. There's my fractal. I made a fractal. It's not very good. Yeah, so if you open that in a loot box, you can't get the genie. You can't un-get it. You can just have it assigned to your account forever. It's horrible. Same with Overwatch, but in Overwatch there isn't an option to re-roll that costs money. Probably should play another game, but I don't know what or why. I kind of want to play some actual Overwatch now. Am I just reopening Overwatch? You can't put the genie back in the bottle. What a fucking good line. God damn it. Play actual Overwatch, people say. Okay, one person said it, so I've decided. H from a guy, delete the visible porn file that's on your desktop. Wait, what? Hold on. I want to check to see if there is, because that would be a surprise to me. Which one's the visible? No. Visible files. This is a camera with photos of a family outing. Not porn, I hope. This is a PNG file proving that I sent money to someone who I paid to work on one of my videos. This is the picture of me at the wedding that I like to use in stuff. And that's Genji. I'm not actually a particularly avid consumer of pornography. I like to put up a persona of a person who's like a lot very sexual, but I'm like genuinely not quite that. I don't actually have any pornography of any kind. It's actually probably, I think some people actually, when they meet me, are a little distressed by how not into sex I am. Like, you know, I have a person who I have for that, you know. You know, I have one of those friends who you do that with. It's just like, it's not a massive part of my identity. What am I talking about? I don't give a shit.
True self is without form.
Prepare.
Oh, I don't have the chat open, so I can't hear people reacting to me saying stupid shit. Do you not like big tit? I mean, there's a time and the place for it. People are asking if I'm bi. I guess. I don't know. I'm one of those, like, soft, shitty, fake bisexual people who's like, I can theoretically see myself being attracted to a man. I never have, but, you know, it's whatever. But that's not true either. No, there's been a couple.
True self is without form. A warrior's greatest weapon is patience.
The weirdest time was when I was really good friends with a gay person who, for a while, thought I was also gay and into him, and eventually was like, hey, do you want to do this? I was like, no, I'm sorry, I don't know why I gave you that impression. He's like, no, you come off as a very gay man, Harris. I said, I'm very sorry, this is very rude of me. And he immediately started dating someone who looked exactly like me and was a year younger. And and he also had very obnoxious opinions about film. I remember him describing Dogville, or one of those other Lars von Trier films, as a ejaculation of Brechtianism, and me thinking, mate, you're letting the entire team down.
Until I met you.
But H-bomb's twinkle. I talked about those people just now as if I didn't like them or as if that was a negative anecdote, but it was really funny at the time. I was like, this is a story. I can tell this story. It's like when you have a really depressing, shitty job that you quit after a few days. You're like, that'll make for a really good story to put in something. So that was almost worth the depression it caused. It was almost worth sitting alone in Bella Italia crying into a bowl of lasagna. Let me through. I keep doing the right click people tell me not to do, because I like the idea of theoretically killing someone instantly in a second, even though it has not happened so far while I've been streaming. fuck. Got my Orb of Discord back because he's fucking dead. Ah, fuck you, Mercy.
We must work together. Move the payload.
Yeah, fuck you, mech. I'd really like killing people with this guy's kick. It's just really satisfying to kick someone to death. Where's the enemy? Where is the enemy? Maybe I should touch the payload. Maybe someone should touch the payload. I don't know, maybe. I've considered it. Oh, fuck you! I've had someone once refer to my dick as the platonic ideal of dick, and it was... I always wondered if I was ever going to share that anecdote with anyone, because I highly doubted anyone would believe it happened. So there you go. Probably should be doing reviewing. Oh fuck, it's Molten Core Man. It's the hated enemy, Molten Core Man. Ah. You guys need a tank, yeah, probably. I could be the tank even. Yeah, I'm gonna be tank. I'm gonna be a tank. I'm sorry. Oh shit. This was a mistake. I didn't see the guy either. Okay. I'm gonna be Diva.
Push the pile. I play to win.
No, but yeah, Zenyatta's kick people to death is just satisfying. I think because he's so tranquil and, like, nice and not rude, that his melee is just this fucking kick. Oh, they went dead? Jesus Christ! I've made some mistakes in my life. Oh, now there's... Fuck. Now there is yet another character that the stream can tell me how bad I'm at and what to do differently. Great. I agree, Volta Ostberg. Noah Gervais is great.
다시 한판 해보자고.
Long live the boot of debt. Why am I shooting at my teammates? Fly away now, fly away, fly away. Touch the payload, touch the payload. Da da da! Shit! Fine, I'll just shoot you outside my mech, whatever, it's fine. No big deal. What? Think I'm scared of you? I died, but I died without fear. Yes, Jenna, I am humming the Panty and Stocking original soundtrack. This is what my life has become. YouTube still thinks you're playing Bloodborne. Yeah, Noah Gervais is fantastic. He's an excellent writer and orator. And he's cool at travel. See, Ryan France has it right. Death is just a social construct. Did I really die in this game of Overwatch? No. The legacy of my amazing diva skills will live on, and my amazing kicks as Zenyatta. What kind of music do you like, Harris? Fav album. I'm a fan of music, I guess. What's going on in the thing with the stream on it? Where did I put that? I bought a microphone on Massdrop and it gave me 2 different shipping notifications. One of them says it's delivered, and it was delivered on the 13th, and the other one says it's still coming, but they don't know when it'll be en route. It's really stupid. I'm a fan of music. I've heard good things about it, but
Select your hero.
I'd love to try it sometime. I think I tend to be into like just whatever I hear, and then I'll get really into that one thing. So I'm into a lot of like, oh, this anime OP sounded good when I was a kid, so I've listened to it thousands of times over the course of my life. Or, oh, this trailer music was good.
True self.
Did you like the trailer music to Mad Max Fury Road? Well, I have listened to it more than you, I guarantee. I used to be way into sort of symphonic metal. Sonata Arctica was my jam for a big period of my life. I wasn't that into Nightwish. I always thought of them as an okay band, but they're no one's favourite. But then I met people for whom Nightwish was the favourite band and didn't like them very much. So I just turned out to be wrong, but not in the useful way. I tend to just listen to whatever. Quite often I'll put on... Usually I listen to the kind of music that ends up in my videos. That music that plays right at the start of the Dark Souls 2 video, the Conform by Surgery Head, is a favourite. I've played a lot of Overwatch listening to that band, / that one song by that band. Let me heal you, you fucker! Ah. I didn't get to kick her. I already killed her with my attack. That sucks. The Fall. Is The Fall... You talk about the movie? The show? Or the game? What is your opinion on accordion death metal? Sounds alright. Oh, Rhapsody! They're great, yeah. Rhapsody, Blind Guardian as well. Super into that. Your team does not deserve heals, you are DPS. I do feel somewhat like the DPS. I have had like all golds as Zenyatta today playing as him. Like he's a fave. I think a good Zenyatta is better than any other thing ever. But I'm biased because I like playing as Zenyatta. Oh, that was stupid of me. What is your favourite album? I don't think I have a favourite album. There was a time in my life when it would have been an album by Sabaton, but I wouldn't be able to pick at this point between 3 of them. Yeah, Lucio has some more health. Can take this back. Fuck you. Think you can out-damage me? I'm fucking Zenyatta, baby! Fucking pass into the iris, you fucker! Oh, great. Ult denial. Ult denial kink is a really good name on Twitter. Sorry, I'm talking to myself now. A friend of mine, a Twitter name is, the name they had for a while was Alt Denial Kink. I thought it was pretty funny. Fuck. Sometimes that actually works really well. Sometimes it works super well just to be in someone's face as Zenyatta and have no idea what you're doing. Oliver are really, really good. my pal, the same person who I made the Bloodborne video, who's about, you know, the guy who sort of got into the series because of Bloodborne, got me really into Ulva. Death grips are cool. I think they're a little gimmicky. Like, people seem to enjoy them as a status symbol. I kind of think that's a little weird, but I think they're a good band. That was really stupid of me. I was too busy talking. A Spectre is haunting YouTube. Zenyatta, but with guns. Favorite sock color? Probably an off-white. I don't like black socks because the wool gets caught on your toes and then you take them off and then black wool gets like caught in the carpet. And in Britain, carpets are always cream, so it's just always a problem. Did you know that it is high noon? Well, too bad, now you're dead noon. I'm sorry, I apologise for that line. I'm trying to remove it. Nice!
First round, 1.
What is your zodiac? I have no idea. Would you go to Mordor if Gandalf asks you to? No. Fave baked hit lady. Oh, so many to choose from. That's my answer. There are too many. That is officially an unsolvable question. How far are you in JoJo? I finished the show. I need to start reading the manga. I've read some of it, but it's a lot to catch up to the show, and I kind of want to read all of it. So, according to a weird fanfiction written by Irrational, who thinks I'm a super bad guy, my stand is Smooth Criminal, and I thought that was really, really funny because Smooth Criminal is my favorite Michael Jackson song. By the way, speaking of bands I like, Michael Jackson is. I like him a lot. I got way into him right as he died, and it really annoyed me. And then the same kind of thing happened to Prince, where I first started seriously listening to Prince right as he died. Did you play the game Troika released between Arcanum and Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines? Are you talking about Temple of Elemental Evil? No, I haven't and haven't played it. I really should, though.
The objective
Is there someone who wants to do a measured response video but they don't have enough good material to work with? I'm possibly Ian Miles Chong. I feel like he's a little overdone, but because he exists almost purely on Twitter and in the form of newspaper articles, there isn't enough substance to respond to in a way that I feel is entertaining. I'm really not a fan of the cutaway commentating style of video response, so I try to respond to people who have material that is entertaining to respond to, and so there are many people who become off, come off the roster as candidates for that reason alone, just because responding to them wouldn't be funny even if they're wrong. But emails Chung doubly so because he mostly just writes. Paul Joseph Watson I've considered, but I feel like there are folks for whom he is they're his guy. Like Sean responds to him often enough that I feel like responding to Paul Joseph Watson as well is sort of not exactly muscling in on his territory, but is overdoing it. You only have one guy. People are saying, "Oh, Blair White is coming up in a future video. Don't worry about that." Please play Lisa. The Lisa video should be up. Should be done next month. I have 2 things I want to do this month, and then I want to have the Lisa video done before I go to VidCon, which, by the way, I'm going to in June. And if you happen to be in LA, California, what state is America in? Come hang out with me, friend. I was hoping I could deal like 1 more damage and get my ult. Armored Skeptic is being covered in the next video, don't worry about it. But yeah, I'll have the Lisa video out before I end up in America for VidCon. I'm curious how that will play out. I might end up running into people I responded to or people who responded to me, and that'll be interesting to talk about. Will I respond to Shion Head? Yes. I'm doing a video about the Bill Nye's Gender episode. You have to talk about Bargain Bin Boxy and her made-up opinions. Fuck you. I don't even give a shit that this is a waste of an ult. I just don't want you to fucking kill me like that, you idiot. I hate you so much. I hate good Junkrats who know how to use that move. I will destroy him. If it's the last thing I do, which it will be because I'm dead. I don't think Yahtzee lives in Australia anymore, Roberto. I think he moved to America at some point quite recently.
A temporary setback. are in harmony. Walk along the path.
Group up with me so I can heal you with my moves, please. It's always right as I put my orb on them that they drop dead. It's like a death orb. Yeah, boy. Ugh. Well, at least it was an ult that killed me. H1, have you heard about what happened with Skeptic Feminist? Yes, it's a fucking tragedy.
Adversity is an opportunity for
It's pretty awful. Especially when, like, they're the closest, you know, I don't think I have many colleagues, and they were one of them. And it's pretty awful what's happened. And if I, unless I'm misunderstanding, the guy having flashbacks and like very poor reactions to his experiences in Iraq was a well-known thing, and it's a shame that he lives in a country that is very bad at taking care of people, as indeed many countries are. And it's also a shame that someone who I know, someone who I've spoken to, is dead. Like, that's kind of shocking to deal with. I don't want to talk about it all that much. I don't think it's appropriate, but, you know, in a fucking video game stream. But it's sad. Is there anyone in the rational crowd that you don't hate? I don't hate anyone. I try not to approach things with the, you know, I try not to feel anger towards these people. It's hard, but I don't think that's a productive emotion to feel towards people. It's probably not a nice answer, but you know, I think there are many of them who are not beyond help or not beyond changing their minds about things. But I don't feel hatred towards these people because I don't think that's a useful thing to do. I saw this a lot with I've spoken to Kraut and T fairly often when he was very, very mad at Sean, and I was working on a video which I might eventually do about the way people deal with having their ideas debunked, and the way he dealt with Sean debunking him was he got incredibly mad, like just incredibly mad, and he started just DMing me about how much he hated Sean, like with all of his mind, just hated him fully and completely. And watching someone, like, clearly he wasn't very sound of mind anyway, because he believed that a stupid, like, bunch of, like, a blatantly, like, racist map that was invented to spread a lie was true. So he's already, like, not the most sound of people. But watching him talk so aggressively about how much hatred he felt for this person because he debunked a point he made in an internet video made me question if it's ever right to feel hatred for people for something like that. Like, even if they're bad people, it's not useful to hate them. That's something I arrived at seeing, because I've seen the effect it has on people being full of that kind of anger. It makes you worse. You know, I feel like one of the things that I'm trying to articulate myself against is a needless hatred and anger. I think a lot of that already exists, and I have no intent of continuing that. You know, if people were a bit less full of hate, it'd be a lot easier to deal with the problems that I deal with, you know? Ah, fuck you. Oh, people just died. I didn't help anyone with this. Luckily, Zenyatta is a tank. Fuck you, Gorby. I've got your number, Junkrat.
Securing the objective.
Oh, Junkrat was behind me. Damn it. We make vlogs at VidCon. I'll bring a camera. Not sure what I'll film there.
The outcome.
It's difficult because I don't want to come off as the sort of person who brags like, "Oh, I don't feel hatred," but I do feel angry at people sometimes. But I catch myself doing it and try and not feel those emotions. I feel like some people deal with being annoyed at stuff. They take it out on something, physically or mentally, and I don't think that's productive. I think it just if you create an outlet for a set of emotions that you have, it doesn't help. Studies have shown that people who are very aggressive get people who take it out on like a pillow, for example, that doesn't help. That makes it worse because it just accounts for the behavior. It doesn't end it. That was a great kill. Speaking of violence, my goodness, that was the most non-violent kill I've ever seen. Tries to go for headshots and Road Dogg when he's healing. He's got a huge hitbox. Oh, can you headshot with Zenyatta? Please say you can. That sounds awesome. Curious what you think about Yahtzee. Yahtzee is again occasionally funny in like the Red Letter Media type way, but I think he's wrong about a lot of his analysis of games, and part of that is inherent to how he approaches them, where he's like, oh, I'm going to talk about this in 5 minutes. So in a way, he's rubbing up against the insurmountable obstacle of the format he's chosen for himself. He has no way of actually... You can't talk about a game in 5 minutes in a way that's really satisfying or useful. That's kind of why I tell myself, I'm going to make a video that is 90 minutes long. I'm settled on this. Because that forces me to have to think about things in a decompressed way instead of summing it up in a short way. I think Yahtzee as a person, a lot of his humour has become more and more pointed towards a group that he opposes in a way that I feel is not productive and doesn't help his humour either. All it helps is it helps his audience feel like he's on their side, and that's not necessarily a good thing. Oh, Belladonna Rose sent me $2 and says they have game suggestions for future streams, and they're still here, so I probably should hear them out. Oh, it's nearly midnight. Jeez. I'm gonna take my shirt off. Oh.
True self.
I'm actually also gonna take off my pajamas. I'm gonna change into my pajamas while this game loads. So, there is a pling sound when you get a headshot. Each bomb. Oh, you're kidding. Ah! Yeah, I think a lot of Yahtzee's videos are like in his review of Overwatch, he makes a comment about the gender specials. Like, I think that says more about him than it does about the group he just invented to line out.
Attack commences in 30 seconds.
What's weird about that is that the default attractive feminine physique used in games is actually counterproductive to competitive games. If you've ever played a MOBA any serious length of time, you at some point have had to ask yourselves, I put my pajamas on, you at some point have to ask yourself, wait, which tit lady who does the healing and or has the bow and arrow, am I attacking here? What powers are they about to use on me? And then you die because it was the other one. That's happened to me in HOTS quite a lot. And HOTS is okay at it compared to a lot of those games. Meanwhile, Overwatch's design is impeccable because based simply on outlines and the angles of design of each character, the characters are all different. Like, embracing a multitude of body types is very good for the actual design of the game, because you can easily visually recognize all of the characters. And that extends to the male characters as well, like Junkrat is visually distinct from Hanzo or Genji, despite the fact that they are superficially quite similar, but they've made careful decisions with the angle of design. And I think the female characters have that as well. Being able to tell Mei apart from Pharah, apart from Mercy is good. That doesn't mean there aren't, that doesn't mean you have to eradicate attractive female characters from games. It just means you have to make them visually distinct and not make them all like carbon copies of the same exact, attractive default style. And of course, once you eradicate the need to respond to sex appeal from a game, you open up yourself to a wider audience, or people who would prefer to have that visual communication over, sort of super generic. Here's our fucking here's the tit lady that you attack with if you want to play a character that's female or whatever. I know a lot of folks who are super into Overwatch specifically because they feel like there's a complexity of design to it that isn't available in similar types of game, and I think that's a reasonable approach. Nice aim, H1. You criticising my aim? How dare you?
A captured. Commence attack on objective B.
Belladonna Rose probably suggested a game while I wasn't looking at the chat, so I'll have to scroll back up later and see it. But please suggest a game if you want. Sean and Jen's stream is better. Oh, yeah, it probably is. They're funnier and better, and have more than one people on their stream. I'm just hanging out here talking about stuff and do things. Play the game. How would you rate your own hair? I don't think my hair's particularly fluffy. It actually snags a lot. It's not great. I was told that I'm supposed to use conditioner every day and shampoo less, but I have hair that's already pretty greasy, so I don't think that'd be good for it. I think I should just use shampoo almost every day and not use conditioner. I try experimenting, and I'm told that like there's a grace period where it's super greasy and then your body accounts for it and overall gets generally better, but I have not had positive experiences with that, with trying that. Oh, the tire fucking kills them instantly, basically, doesn't it? So that didn't help at all. Nice, nice, nice. Nice. Favorite JoJo H1?
Play of the game.
I don't know. Probably the second one, Joseph. He's good. Better do a video on social constructs, yes. I think that will come within the purview of a video that I think will become necessary after I do the one on the Bill Nye episode about gender and reactions to it. Where do you stand on Scottish independence? If they want it, I guess they should have it, but I will miss them, and I do think that, like, I do prefer the idea of the United Kingdom as a single cumulative state, but I have to live with that. You know. Jakucha Boris sends his regards. Hey! I know you. I read your name out loud in videos that will be there forever. April, what do you do when you realise you have a boring life? I don't know. I guess I'll have to find out when that happens. God, my chair is so squeaky, isn't it? Wow. What is your favourite video response to one of your videos? There's a guy called Suit Yourself who briefly used the animated, like he used scenes from Archer and animated them to be his video response, but then he got like copyright claimed for that, so he started using a very poorly animated, bad facsimile of Archer to do it, and he did the one about the add-on for Chrome that that someone else made for me that I then pretend is mine. He did a video about that and then said, like, his response complains about how unfunny my jokes are, but at one point he re-edits one of my jokes to be his joke. Like, he takes out the bit where I make the joke and then makes the same joke himself. And I find that hilarious, that he complains about how unfunny I am while actually stealing jokes I made that were clearly funny enough because he's using them. Please do a Fallout 4 video. It will happen eventually. I'm sorry, Belladonna Rose. You said at some point that you had game suggestions, and I didn't see the chat when it happened, so you're gonna have to tell me now again. What the hell is May dusting off? She's doing the Picard maneuver. She's adjusting her clothes.
Traveling to the right.
You know, your clothes are right up on you sometimes.
Prepare your defenses. Select
Are you uploading the stream afterwards? I may end up uploading it to some kind of stream thing, stream archive. I have a stream archive, but I haven't really done anything with it yet. A lot of my streams are now so old that I don't feel like putting them up. Are you going to play Prey? Yes. As a fan of the first Prey, God, that felt weird saying. That might be the first time anyone said that. I'm curious as to the things that they decide to retain so that it keeps the Prey name, which I think is nothing. I think they change everything. They probably, like, Tommy probably doesn't feature in it at all. Bamblefish says, "Hey, H-Bomber guy, play Steven's Sausage Roll." I've played Steven's Sausage Roll. It's so good. It's so pure. It's such an excellent puzzle game. I'd recommend it to everyone. It's a little expensive for what it is, but it's an incredibly mechanically dense puzzle game that
Attackers incoming.
is so simple and yet so many moving parts are happening at once. It's I wish I could be credited with having made it. You know, I wish I could go back in time and make something as good as it. But no. Did they like? Is the guy who? No, no. Steven isn't the guy who made it. Is it? Steven's the character. You will never get my dick pics. I'm not falling for that one again.
Stop the payload.
Welcome to Discord, fucker. We're better than Skype. Oh! Junkrat. Steven is his actual name. Okay, wow. Have you played Boctite? No. No, sorry. Hey Gabriel, thank you for sending me $2 just to say hello. That's very kind of you.
Is not preordained.
So have you guys been keeping abreast of what's been going on with Darkside Phil? Getting fired from his content, getting fired from Machinima for talking shit about them so much, and then signing up at an MCN that was, according to research, opened for a school project by someone.
The payload has
It's pretty funny, except for the bit where he's like probably quite strapped for money now, and while I find his failure and the bad things that happen to him entertaining, I kind of want him to be able to continue doing the bad things that he does, because he's bad at video games, and, you know, it'd be a shame if he had to, you know, if he was out on the street. That's not what I want. Not exactly. I might be the closest thing there is to an actual fan of Darkside Phil, where I've watched a lot of his stuff and I think it's genuinely quite funny. Like, he's not funny, but that, you know, watching him try desperately to make cup noodles for 30 minutes and accidentally pour hot water all over his counter is hilarious, and I want him to continue making those videos forever. So at that point I think I'm a fan. I think it's pretty fair to say. Nice. Oh, that hammer just came through the wall. Oh, jeez, jeez, jeez. Damn it. We shouldn't make this because of super best friends. I think they had other stuff as well, but... What's your opinion on George Hegel? Hegel's opinion, like, a lot of his stuff is piss. He writes quite poorly, and that means that a lot of his best work exists insofar as people have, like, translated it and interpreted it better. Like, Hegel as explained through Zizek, Zizek rather, makes more sense than Hegel according to himself, which is never a good... That never says a lot. It's not good when a philosophy has that in it. Junkrat, my bane. What are you doing, Zerol? Can Nintendo make a good new Metroid? H-bomb. Maybe. Probably not. Maybe. We'll see. I mean, they made another good Zelda. Who expected that? A good non-handheld Zelda. Yeah, alt denial. Almost got him too. Yeah. Did you major in philosophy? No. I majored in English literature and film studies. Actually, film production. What do you think Zizek smells like? I'm not sure. Dust, like very strongly of dust. I hope, because he could only, like, if it's not dust, it is definitely something worse. Probably should have not done that. Zizek's been Zelda's been mediocre at best for decades, but also Zizek. Now it's returned to its dazzling form of Met. It's pretty good. Sure, defeat, but I'm invincible. What do you think about that? What do you opinion on the... Yeah, boy! What's your opinion on the Amalgam games? They're alright. They're not as good as people say they are. They're people's first experience with stories existing at all in video games, and that for them makes it a much bigger deal than it actually is. But you know, that doesn't make the games bad. It just means their opinions are tilted by how they experience them, which is how it works. But it's okay. Yeah, Belladonna Rose, my DMs are open. Just message me on Twitter if you want. If you have game suggestions for streams, and I'll try and do more of these. It's pretty fun. I'm going to do one more as Zenyatta probably, and then call this a day, and maybe finish a video, or maybe do some more video before I fall asleep. Speaking of which, 105 Smiths asks, H-Bomb, what do you think about the importance of enough sleep? Good, you always get more. People don't get enough. People are encouraged to sleep less by society that deems efficiency, blah 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 blah. Oh, I can set the game, that's why it thinks it's Bloodborne. Oops. I just noticed that now. Overwatch. There we go. But, yeah, get it. It's good. Always get more. Almost level 69. Almost time to quit Overwatch. The Legend of Zizek, breath of a communist. I do not want to know what his breath is like.
Now entering King's Row.
True self is without form.
Someone asked ass or tits, and I'm sorry, but there is only one correct answer to that question, and it's really obvious. Personality. Sorry. Waiting for players, heck yeah, now I can use my sweet emote. Fine, I guess I'll Discord be... No, leave me alone, I just want to be nice. Fine, I guess I'll kill you. Aww. That was the most male feminist answer.
Repetition is the
Personality, my kink. Genji to Salk. I need armor. I'm getting tired. Bye, Felicia.
Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Wait. That's not Zenyatta. Who puts pink stretch pants on a leather jacket? Wait, is that what Oxton is? That's bad. Don't do that. Tracer. Zizek's breath is obviously fucking fruit juice, yeah, basically. Do you only play Zenyatta? Apparently. Let's see. No, I play Junkrat a lot, and then Zenyatta a little bit, but I got way into him like today, so... For a second I thought that their username was Bernie. Have you watched any more Steven Universe? I'm still partway through. I haven't watched any more since the last time someone's asked me that, and I've said I've seen as far as however long I said I'd seen.
Attackers incoming in 30
Zizek's breath is unfiltered cigarettes and Captain Morgan.
Hello there. Good
Can you explain what you're doing in the game? Okay.
Green across the board. I'm ready for
The trick with Zenyatta is to unbind sticky keys so you don't accidentally make your game close when you hit shift a lot. Put your Discord orb on people who need healing and who you expect will be needing it soon. People who normally people won't think to heal because you usually aren't the main healer, but often you are. And put the Discord orb on someone who desperately needs to be killed now. Usually I go for the tank, even though you shouldn't, because the point of the tank is they have a lot of health, but killing them means all the other people are free to be killed, which is tactically often better than just killing one of the stronger people. One of the, one of the carries, I think his name is. Assassins. But what do I know? I am bad at this game. No two big things about it. Fuck. Shit, that was a mistake. Please save me. The good thing about the Discord orb is you can physically see the person who it's on. Like, you can see them, there's an icon on the screen, so you can always know where they are, so you know how to kick them in the face. Damn it. Shit. There you are. Charging attacks with this guy is usually a waste when you could just be shooting at them manually. But if you're near a corner or you can't see anyone, you might as well be charging and then shoot at them. And then as you shoot, try and put the Discord on them as they fly, and maybe you can hit them with the Discord as well.
The outcome is not preordained.
Are you going to do anything on Persona 5? I have a plan for a video that will take an awful lot of time to make, where I play every single Shin Megami Tensei game ever and make some kind of incredibly long form thing about them. But I'm not sure what form that will take yet, or if I want to do something that stupid and big, but we'll see. Oh fuck. Well, at least to kept that lady alive for a second more. That was stupid of me.
A temporary
objective lost.
I think
Defense point. Objective
a flaw I see with a lot of long videos is they become kind of meandering and don't have much of a sense of pace to them. Something I feel Joseph Anderson could work on is with some of his longer stuff is just him talking for 2 hours, and I've worked quite hard to make my videos entertaining and try and make them funny and have like just jokes and things in them to keep your attention, and I don't know. So for me it's hard to make videos that are long because I do have an eye for pace. I want them to be like, this is a thing people are going to watch for 90 minutes, it has to have an arc. And I'm a little... So I try and... The longer a video is, the more difficult that problem becomes. I think the pacing was best in maybe the Fallout 3 one, and then probably got worse from then on out. Kim Justice actually is another good example of pacing. Kim's videos are incredibly well paced. Kim is really, really good at telling a story about a period in time, which is really important when you're doing videos about the history of games. Kim Justice, by the way, very good YouTube video person, did a really good thing about Peter Molyneux. Peter Molyneux? Steve Molyneux? What's his name? The guy made Black and White. But also good games. That was a mistake. Should have been able to hit them. I wasn't paying attention. You can hide from me, Genji. Little do you know, I can't see you because the Discord orb disappeared. Oh well.
Heroes never die.
Wow. Selfish. Propaganda. Where are you, lady? There you are. Did I kick? Was that a kick? Or was that just a shoot? Felt like a kick. Just want a few good kicks. I haven't seen all of the Ratchet and Clank video gaming group did. I think about making a lot of long stuff or working a lot on videos is you don't have time to watch a lot of the stuff that you would like to. I would really like to, but you need the time. That was a weird lag spike.
Embrace tranquility.
We're defending this point a lot better because it's next to the spawn, so they can't accidentally miss it and fight people nowhere near the spawn. Which is a big problem for people in Overwatch, I find. Like this Reinhardt keeps insisting on avoiding the place he needs to be. And like going way out and dying. Like he's literally like, where is he? What's he doing? What are you doing out there, mate? You're gonna die because of that. I can see you. Oh, fuck you.
Experience tranquility.
Didn't expect that, did you? Didn't expect me to waste an ult. She's up there, isn't she?
Open your mind.
Just stay on the point and defend it from enemies. It's really not hard. It literally is not hard to stay in the place you need to be. And I'm not a very good Zenyatta. I'm letting the whole team down, although I do have gold objective kills because I stay on the fucking objective. But that's neither here nor there.
Into the iris.
Sometimes if you fully charge a thing and just fire, like fully charged, I think it's like 200 or 240 damage. I think if you get hit with all the orbs at once, which is a significant chunk of anyone's life bar. And an instant kill for quite a lot of people. Well, instant is 5 separate hits, but so I do charge a lot because it's fun to get a kill off, just destroy a person's entire life bar. But I need to get better at just left clicking. He's doing pretty well from there. Oh Jesus Christ! Everyone's ulting. Okay, we need to come back from this. We need to group up and smack these people. Ah, it's not gonna happen, is it? We're dead. We're dead. It's over. Oh, damn it. That was not cover. That was a corner to be shot at by Soldier 76.
A temporary setback.
Oh yeah, speaking of like Guildford, which is where Peter Molyneux's games were made, is also where No Man's Sky is made. Controversial game. And by controversial I mean most people don't like it because it didn't have many features, but I liked it because of what it happened to do. But I'm one of those people though who like played Depression Quest and was like, this is interesting, and you know it deliberately shows you the choices you would be able to make but are incapable of making because you can't see them. I just find that interesting. for some people that's not enough. For some people, talking about depression at all is bad, wrong bad. So, you know, a lot of layers. Like ogres, but of bullshit. Ogres of bullshit. The Harris Bomber Guy story. Fuck you. Oops. Thank you very much. Keep trying to Discord people, but I can't because my powers are gone. Yeah, boy.
Play of the game.
Aw, fucking Genji. Oh great, the fucking enemy Genji. Is that the enemy Genji? Looks like it. Yeah, it was.
Epic.
Excellent.
Just a tip, President Obama says, just a tip, Zenyatta's an amazing DPS, but you gotta remember he's a healer first. Your teammates keep dying in front of you while you're focused on doing damage. Yes, definitely, I really should do that. I still want to play more, but I really should stop and do something. I'm getting tired. Oh, fuck. Well, I guess that game's not happening, but yeah, definitely need to focus more on bothering to heal. His healing isn't hugely good. It's often like, if I forget to heal some people, it's not loads, but I should do. I need to work on that. Thank you for the super chat, Liquid Snake. Thank you for the $2. I will spend that on something useful. I bought a microphone actually recently from Massdrop and it hasn't arrived yet. I got a CAD E100S, which is supposedly useful and good, and maybe good for my particular voice and room, but I don't know if it's ever going to arrive, since it was shipped from America, so we'll see about that. Soldier 76 is a better healer than Zenyatta. Exactly. So why should I bother to heal people? I should just Discord people and you do all my DPS. Okay. I should probably make that video I was talking about. More specifically this video, which I think I showed at the beginning of the stream as well, where I've edited the...
Okay, now it's out of my system.
I'm still really happy with this. I think the explosion is what makes it for me because it's completely needless. Okay, jeez. I need to make more of this. This is going to be like really long, possibly longer than an episode of Sherlock, so I need to do more work on it. Alright. That was a spoiler. Don't watch that. I'm going to leave this open just so I can see people reacting in the chat. I'm really glad people seem to like it. Nice. Oh, jeez. I had a co-writer for this one, and I think it shows. Oh, Volta Earthsberg asks, question H-bomb. Yeah, sure. I'll be here for that, and we'll do it. Also, hi Kim Justice, I was talking about you before. Videos are good. Please just fucking murder Sherlock. Yeah, basically, that is my hope. I can't wait. I wrote so many thousands of words about Sherlock. Someone had a question for me, so I'm just hanging in the chat so I can answer it before I end the call, so I want to see it. That was a bad NGE parody. Yeah, it's really, really bad, but I sort of enjoyed... Oh, it was 1000%. I'm offended. Okay. will you critique it as a show or compared to the books by Conan Doyle? I'm doing it as a combination of things. I'm comparing it to other adaptations in general. I'm comparing it to the books. I'm talking about perhaps one thing that makes the show so much worse, much like Fallout 3, isn't just how bad it is, but it's how bad it is while failing to live up to something that I feel is very, very good. The one good dissertation I ever wrote in my life was about some of the class implications of the Sherlock canon, and the way I feel like the show brushes over so many important things about that series is important, and I sort of try and do a mix of things. I think it's centrally focused on Stephen Moffat as a creator and the flaws I see in his work, and I delve into a lot of the stuff he's done. Are the newer movies better than the show? Yes. The show, the movies by Guy Ritchie are significantly better than the show. That's probably not a controversial thing. They gloss over a lot of stuff and aren't perfect either, but they're just more fun and not shit. That's the level of thought I have left. It's midnight and I'm tired, and I need to either do a nap or stay up, make some coffee, do some editing. I kind of normally when I do a video, I write all of it and then I go, okay, I'm going to record all of it in like a giant 4, 5, 6 hour burst and take a couple of short breaks and then edit all of it and then put all the video to it. And it's like a little bit depressing, actually. It really gets to you. So I'm trying to record it in segments. So I want to finish the first segment today. I kind of wanted the video to be out by the 21st, but that's not going to happen. So, can you go on a rant about Neon Genesis Evangelion before you go? No. It's okay. It's my least favourite thing Gainax/Turiga has ever done, and I don't like it. It's just not very good. It's not very good. It's just not as good as people say it is. It's like that Madoka show where people are like, oh, it's so deep. And it's not deep. It's a lot of shows are deep, but just not in a way that you happen to recognize. Depth is not a thing that you measure in references to the Bible or Faust. Depth is a kind of meaningless and itself shallow concept. Get it? Depth, shallow, it's, whatever. You know, people get attached to the to signifiers of depth. You know, they're like, oh, that's a clear Bible reference. This show is therefore smart, and I'm going to put more intellectual weight on it. Whereas I think you can make, you know, something can be very, very stupid and be actually very intellectual in its own way. Like a lot of that, not another teen movie, that movie that's making fun of teen movies, has a couple of references to like classic pieces of anti-art in it. Like Duchamp's fountain turns up at one point in that movie, and it fountains shit out of it into someone's face, if I recall. And that, like, tonally is very consistent with the point it makes, which is that, like, this stuff is stupid, but it says something and it appeals to people because it has a cultural meaning. Condor, I love how you went on a rant after saying you weren't going to. This isn't a rant. I'm not yelling or angry. Is that what is a rant anymore? Did Kill la Kill really save feminism? No. Kill la Kill didn't do anything. It's just a show that I quite like that people have very good reasons to not enjoy, and that's fine. Make a video on anime, maybe. Are you a fan of Berserk? Kind of, but I can see, you know, like, everyone who doesn't like it is also correct. The show's not very good in a lot of ways, but I still like it. What's the last? There was a question I liked a lot that wanted to answer. What is it? Where was it? I saw it was a comment I wanted to respond to before I fell asleep in the stream. Anno is my god / what? Oh, speaking of Hideaki Anno, Shin Godzilla is really good. It's possibly the most interesting rumination on Godzilla as a concept since the first one, or possibly since the 2014 film that was made in the West. It's very clever. I kind of, like, I've got a video in me about all the different versions of Godzilla and what they say. Anyway, Evangelion is... It's fine. my dislike of it comes from the fact that people I feel like it too much, so I end up being more critical of it. But it's okay, it's fine. It's just the least good Gainax show, and that includes like their early works, like Otter King as well. Like it's generally they're generally good people, good artists, and I dislike Ava because it's given undue attention because it was so. Because it made a few like clever references to biblical works, which were actually somewhat accidental, but there we go. Not that the accidentalness means it's not worth reading into or whatever. It's just that I think the term I go to and I use a lot is signifiers of depth. People like something because something about the show tells you that it's deep using some mechanism with how its story is told, and that's not the same thing as actually being good, and that doesn't mean things that don't have those signifiers aren't, and that's something I stress a lot in my work, so it's something I do. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Berserk's greatest moments are not the violent ones. Berserk is interesting when it's talking about destiny and friendship and cause and effect. Those things are interesting. And what's cool actually about Berserk is that because the good things about it are buried in it to such a degree that people will miss them, and people like it for the violence, and people who hate it for the violence and don't notice that stuff, you could make a show or story that takes the good bits and just makes them in the foreground, and people won't even realize you're stealing Berserk. Spoilers, one of the many things in the works is a ridiculously far off in the future hard thing I might not be able to finish making, and it's a narrative show that does the thing I just said you could do. Anyway, this is me messing around with a lens. Different f-stops. So that's really bright. But it's the depth of field. Look at that. But if you darken it, you need a light to even fucking see the thing. Because of the thing. Berserk manga is much better. Yeah, the Berserk manga is pretty good. My favourite thing about Berserk, the original show, is they spoilers, a bad thing happens to a lot of people at one point in that in the manga. And a couple of people happen to not be present for it and survive it. In the anime, I think because they knew they were getting cancelled, not only do they end the show at the part where a lot of bad things happen, so that you never see them, you never find out if anyone survives it, but they go out of their way to kill the people who happen to not be there in other reasons first. I think that's really funny, but as a show, the flaws are so much more glaring than when I first saw it in like 2011. Anyway, I need to go. I'm gonna not be here anymore. I'm starting to get cabin fever. 2 hours 42 minutes playing Overwatch and talking to myself in the hopes the chat will understand me. That's great. Brennan Arts asks, why is Ghost Police the best thing you've ever made? Wow. Jeez, thanks, buddy. Ghost Police 2, I would like to quite make a Ghost Police 2, but for sort of personal reasons, I don't want to work with the guy who plays the other guy in Ghost Police ever again. So what I would have to do is I have another person pegged to play his character, and I want to flash back to the first episode and just paste his face over it, over the other guy's head. But I kind of have enough stuff on my plate to do Ghost Police. So, yeah. Ghost Police is not a shitty horror movie. It's a bad comedy horror that I made in university with some friends in a day. Anyway, yeah, thanks for coming to my stream and hanging out. I'll see you guys later. Bye. That was a nice fade out. I didn't even know I could do that.